Yo! Okay, so back with the Whiteboard of Dreams, here to tell you about my weight loss journey, how I lost 40 kilos. So, for those of you who don't know, I used to be pretty big, pretty heavy, pretty fat. Growing up, I was always quite big, but I used to play a lot of rugby. I used to play prop, so carrying all that weight worked to my advantage. Got to university, did my knee cartilage, had to stop playing rugby for a while, carried on eating and drinking, got up to about 125 kilos, pretty fat, pretty miserable, not getting any attention from girls, so I decided I was going to lose weight. So I immersed myself in magazines, books, spending loads of times on internet forums, like bodybuilding forums, and over the course of about 3 to 4 months, I lost about 20 kilos. Substantial amount of weight in quite a short period of time. So I did this following a keto style diet, so very low carbs. I was convinced that carbs were the enemy, carbs were making me fat. So I was trying to eliminate all carbs from my diet, which I did successfully. And yeah, as a result, I lost a substantial amount of weight. I was doing a lot of cardio at the time as well, steady state cardio, because that's what bodybuilders do. Throughout, I was lifting pretty heavy. That's always been a part of my regimen. So at this point, 3 to 4 months later, 20 kilos lighter, people were coming back to uni, people were noticing I'd lost weight, I was getting a bit more attention from girls, I was like, yes, this is the one for me, I need to lose more weight. So I continued on my journey. Over the next year to year and a half, I lost about another 10 kilos, a little bit more kind of sustained weight loss this time, so kind of longer term. I was using more like high intensity training methods, so a bit more kind of HIIT style training. I was following more of a low carb diet rather than keto because it's almost impossible to do keto at uni, i.e. boozing. So yeah, more low carb, but again, still convinced that carbs were bad, so I was trying to cut them out all the time. And then stage 3, I started doing personal training. I decided I wanted abs because you're not a personal trainer if you don't have a six-pack, right? So over the 4 to 6 months, I lost about another 10 kilos, got down to about, say, 83, 84, 85 at my lightest. So to get down to that weight, I kind of threw the book at it. Like I was doing high intensity intervals, I was doing loads of steady state. Again, I was trying to do keto all the time. And I was using like refeeds, cheat meals a lot as well. So, I mean, yes, obviously I made some great progress. I lost 40 kilos over the space of whatever that was, like 2.5 years-ish. But throughout, I never felt like I had control. Because I was convinced that carbs were bad, I was either eating low carb and losing weight, or if carbs slipped into my diet, I was kind of off the rails, panicking, trying to cut the carbs back out again. Only at this point, after I got to my lightest, and then I kind of rebounded a little bit, did I start to learn a bit more about calorie balance, macro balance, all that sort of stuff, and basically taking control. So since then, I mean, this must have been, when I got down to my leanest was, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago now. But since then, I have control over my weight, basically. If I want to lose weight, I can lose weight without too much drama. If I want to gain weight, I can gain weight without panicking. Like, because I'm out of this mindset that carbs are bad, because I'm not relying on a certain stringent rule, I've got more flexibility. I've got more control, basically. So I think that's the message. That's one of the main lessons I've learned from losing so much weight, is not relying on one way of dieting or demonizing certain groups or certain groups of foods or certain macronutrients. Like, that isn't the way. Yes, it will work for a short period of time, but if you don't appreciate why and how it works, you're always going to rebound in the long run. So take control, learn about foods, learn about diets, learn about training, control your own stuff. Hope that helps.